Hello everyone, I'm Kimberly and this is Memaw's Crafts and Chaos. So, today I want to make this pumpkin again. I've already made it once, but we're going to make it again because I have a different idea for it. So, I was shopping with my daughter and we seen a nightlight, and it was a pumpkin nightlight, but it had pretty flowers on it, and it just, the way it looked, it was just really pretty. So I thought, you know, I have that pumpkin at home and I could do that to that and make it look like that. So we're going to try that today and see if I can get that look. Of course, I'm not going to have the exact same flowers. I got some DTF stickers, or UV DTF stickers. So I'm gonna try some of these because theirs were pink on there. So I probably am gonna go with like one of these two, maybe a little bit of both. I don't know yet for sure, but we're gonna see once I get the pumpkin out which ones will look best on it. So I'm gonna go get some resin mixed up. We'll mix up our color and then we will get started on it. So I'll be right back. All right, got this run through. Got it mixed up on my resiners dual head mixer for 4 minutes. It's my letsresin epoxy resin 1:1 ratio. I got about 12 ounces. I think this takes 10. But I just wanted to make sure I had plenty because I really hate it when I go to pour something and then I don't have enough, especially if you're mixing a color, and then trying to match that color is practically impossible. So I definitely rather have too much than too little, and you can always just stick it into another mold. Okay, so I was kind of playing around here with how I wanted it to look, so I mixed my colors together. This is in just a little bit of alcohol, so I'm not, instead of wasting that, I'm going to put that in there. I don't want to waste that color, but that wasn't, I mean, that's not something you have to do. I just wanted to see if I could get the effect I was looking for. So the colors, these colors are I need to hurry so I can get this decanted into another thing. So it's going to take a second to mix that in because the alcohol wants to be on the top, but it'll dissipate, so I'm not too worried about that. So, and we are going to use this bigger mixer thing instead of this one. That's covered in resin now. Let's get a new one. All right. So what I use, this is the Rolio, and it's the pearlescent colors. You want to make sure these are shaken up really well because they do separate. So we're going to add some of that for my color. I'll probably have to add more. Plus I'm going to add some of the Marabou neon orange just to give it a kind of a brighter color of orange. I don't know how much we're going to need because this is, and then I'm going to use, this is one I get off of Temu. It's called Starry Night, and this one is or Starry Sky, not Starry Night. Starry Sky, this is the golden. And these ones you have to shake really well too because the stuff goes to the bottom. So you really want to make sure these ones are shaken. I really should put a ball bearing in these ones, but I haven't. Let me put it on my little vibrator thing over here. Oh, I actually had this shaken up and it's already, there we go, that's better. So we're going to add some of that, and I'm not measuring, I'm not dropping, I'm just squirting a bunch in there, and then we'll go from there. This is the Marabou Rainbow. So we have some sparkle. All right, I'm gonna get this decanted, get it run through my vacuum chamber, and then I will be right back with you. Okay, got it all mixed up. I've sprayed alcohol in these. I left it upside down so that it would, because if I never can get this edge good and your alcohol kind of disappears, you know, because it runs back down. So I like to spray it good and then let it sit upside down for a second, and then it kind of gets up in that edge. So we're just going to kind of pour it on the top and let it run its way down. Kind of slowly, not. Then once we get some down there in the bottom, I'm going to squish the edge good. And probably go around it with a mica brush. You just want to make sure that we don't have any bubbles down in there. You don't want to do too much, because sometimes I feel like you can introduce bubbles into stuff doing that. You don't want to, you know, that's one thing you don't want to do, is introduce. So I'm just going to give it a squish around here. Because it is kind of flat on the top a little bit. I mean, not flat, but it's not like a, I don't know how to explain it. In my brain it's coming out, but not out of my mouth. It's not a really thin edge, let's put it that way. It is a little bit thicker edge in there. Scrape that one after we need it. Okay, and then I want to go around here. I don't want any of the mica bubbles coming up and sticking to my edge right there. I'm just kind of going around the edge. My first one I made of this turned out really pretty. It came out really pretty. No bubbles, no problems at all. It does need to be topped up a little bit, but I'm going to move it out of my way for now. And then I'll get it topped up. So I did the same thing to this because I wanted alcohol up in this rim area. And I'm not worried about the stem right now because I'm probably going to paint it like gold with my with my markers, my metallic markers. That's how the one was, and it looked really pretty that way, the one I seen. So, and I'm just going to take this around this edge. You can see through this. I don't see any bubbles under there, but you never can be, completely sure. Because I've done that. I've like, oh, I don't see any bubbles, and I haven't went under it with something, and then when I unmold it, there's bubbles. So, all right. So as soon as this is cured, I'll be back. We'll demold, and then we'll start working on our stickers. I'll get this put in something. I'll surprise you with whatever I decide to put that in, and I will see you back on demold. All right, guys, this is all cured up. So we are yeah, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. Anyway, this was our extra. I had to think about that for a minute. This is one of the molds from ResinMoldsexpress, the box that I get. It's just a little tray thingy, but it's super cute. I thought it would be pretty in this color. It is really pretty. Okay, that is cute. Super cute. the flowers on. I guess I should hold it the right way. Flowers on it, and that. Super pretty. I like the color. It's a good color. All right, let's get our pumpkin unmolded here. There's that part. Cute little top. I don't see any bubbles anywhere, so we did good that way. And let's see about our actual pumpkin here. I can break the seal on it. I like this pumpkin. It's really kind of a cute pumpkin. It turns out cute. I'm going to do this without cutting my fingers up off of that, because that's a little on the sharp side. Maybe let's spray some alcohol down in there. I really need to get me a soapy water thing. I don't know why. Some of those things stop spraying. There we go. This out, we'll just give it a little twist. Our mold back. Look how pretty that turned out. Ooh, turned out pretty. Get a napkin, wipe it off here. All the alcohol off of it. Which that helped with, because I like to wipe them with alcohol before I put my stickers on. Look how pretty that is. Nice and shiny. And you can see the, I don't know what, iridescent-y swirls. I don't know what you would call them, but they just look so, it just looks really cool in there. I don't know if it is showing up on camera, but in person, it's beautiful. Okay, so we have our stickers here, and we are going to have to cut them out. I don't think we want too big of ones, but the picture of the thing that I found, super cute. Okay, all right, let me get some of these cut out, because that's going to take me a while, and then I will be right back. All right, so I cut these out. And I was going to go with these ones, but I just thought it was too much of all the same color. I like these ones better. More color. You know, just got purple, yellow, the pink. So I think I'm just going to go for it and just kind of just put them on there. The one that I seen was super, some of them overlapped each other. Some of them, I mean, they were just on there. And the way it was, like I said, of course I don't have the exact same flowers as them, but the way it looked was just adorable. So I am going to wipe this off again, because I've touched it several times with my hands. So we'll get it all wiped off good. And I've kind of, like, some of these I did leave together, well, because they were already overlapping and stuff, so I just kind of left them together. So I think we're just gonna go for it and just see how it turns out. I think it'll be cute. Well, this is a rounded surface, so we are going to have to kind of, you know, mess them around on there a little bit. And if I don't get one on good, then I'll just try to get it off and start over. It looks like they're going to go down okay. And they're not going to be perfectly flat because, like I said, they are. This is a, you know, rounded surface. Most of the time you put stickers on a flat surface. But I think it's going to be cute. Oh, sorry. I seriously need a new thing here. This one keeps dropping. So, cute. So, let's kind of keep working here for a minute. I'll probably put you on a fast forward so you don't have to. Let's not put too many, kind of want different colors next to each other here. Okay, I got this all finished. I just did the plate with some markers to get the detail on there. That was kind of a pain. But here's the jar. I think it turned out super cute. Just with all the flowers around. And then I did take some marker and put some little dots of color around the leaves. Yeah, I think it turned out super cute. Was kind of a pain to get all those stickers on there just right. I have this one right here that kind of cracked down the middle, but it is noticeable, but it's not horrible. But anyway, there we go. I think it turned out cute. You have to tell me what you guys think. It could be for fall or whatever you want it for, really. But anyway, there we go. So don't forget, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget, always embrace your chaos. Thanks, guys.